throughout the world, but literal darkness.
What do you think this means then in that regard? Does it mean the end of the human world? Does it mean that all humans will die, or is this the potential day when humanity becomes enslaved by another, well, if you will, then another race, these demons specifically that we're talking about? Or what do you think the purpose is of this? Why do they want to have this event so much? And yeah, basically, why do you think they want to have this event happening?
Well, as for the Illuminati, their masters are stuck up in the pit of hell right now, so they want to get out. They've been stuck in this dimension for a long time, and that is reflected in almost everybody's literature, everybody's scripture. You're talking about the Bible, Necronomicon, Islam, you name it. They've been kicked out of an entire dimension, and they've been fighting to get out ever since. And the prophetic event of, you know, the release of the demons onto the earth is common among very many scripture and religions.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely. What do you think?
They need us for food, so they're not going to kill us altogether. Our nets are they're not. They can't kill us altogether because we are still a food source to them.
So you're into basically the Matrix analogy here, if you will. Then that they still want to preserve us in a pod, in a cell, in order to use us for energy purposes, and for that reason they need to keep at least a few of us, so to speak, alive. Then, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. They definitely need to keep a few of us alive. We are a food source to them. They do want to bring down the population by a long shot. Everybody who's done any research knows that, but most people don't know why. It's basically they need to just keep a small percentage of us alive just for the sake of slaves.
And do you think they want to, because there seemed to be a very, how should we put it then? I think you bring this up in the film as well, that there's an obvious, tension between these beings and human beings. It's almost like they, for whatever reason, they hate us for the fact that we have the ability to be in this realm, and it's a form of a jealousy at the base of this thing almost. It's a form of envy almost, that we have abilities that they don't have. What do you think about that?
They're angry because they're so incredibly powerful. They're stuck in a kind of a backward, dark dimension, and they've got to serve these tiny, puny little humans, and so there's a lot of enmity. There's a lot of enmity altogether from the very beginning between our race and theirs. I mean, even like the first book of the Bible, Genesis, says that you'll forever be enemies. There's nothing to be done. That you're just going to hate each other. So they hate us because they consider us soft and weak, and we hate them because we consider them evil and uncaring.
Do you think we are soft and weak, or do you think that there's a way for us to battle these forces? In one way, then, many people on Earth now seems to do the bidding of these beings, and in that sense, then bring them in, which is, well, in that way, not a good idea then. But is there a defense here? Is there a positive magic, so to speak, that can be used against these beings as well? Or how do you approach this matter?
Well, every magician has a very healthy section, and every magic book has a very healthy section regarding banishments, because doing that job half is not acceptable. You're likely to have poltergeist activity in the house and stuff like that. We do have a couple weapons, and in fact, magic itself appears to be a weapon that was granted to us because we're so subject to them. We can't see them. They suck our energy source, vampiric psychic vampirism. They suck our energy straight out, and we have no weapons. So the Bible, for instance, doesn't really have like a distinct prayer that is used for exorcism, and you just kind of have to wing it. But Islam does have a couple prayers that can be said that can chase them off. As for like a weapon against all of them, or a weapon against stopping the opening of the bottomless pit, that is a little bit too much. That's not going to happen. That's a prophetic event. But yeah, the incantations that we have were apparently handed down to us as a weapon to counteract the fact that we can't even see them. We're completely subject to them in every way. So it appears to be like our weapon set.
That's interesting. And opening doors, stargates. We can talk about things that are happening on Earth now as well. We have the Large Hadron Collider, Atlas, or down at CERN, where they are doing some kind of interesting work there. They're searching for the God particle. For whatever reason, this has been delayed. There seems to be tremendous problems with this facility. There are obviously other particle accelerators and similar devices and technology around the world that are doing certain things. But I know that there have been, if you will, then refuted articles, so to speak, from the CERN camp that states that no, this will not open up a dimensional port. Demons will not be coming through just because of the things that we do here. What's your take on some of the scientific research that is being done right now in terms of opening different gates and if you will, trying to go into other dimensions and trying to figure out what is in there and so forth?
Well, as for the technological, I don't know that much aside from a lot of what you just said. I do happen to know that they are waiting for a moment in order to open up this gate. So it's not completely dependent on our abilities to open up the gate. There's a celestial event that has to occur first, and then they get to come out. From what I've heard, the only gates that I've ever heard of were magical gates where you just didn't banish the demon correctly, and so there was poltergeist activity throughout the house or whatever. But I don't have too much information on the scientific angle because they're still waiting for a celestial event. They can't really do anything before that.
So what do you think the celestial event is then? Are we talking about galactic alignments? Are we talking about other oddities that might take place in the sky? Or are we talking about something that might be a celestial event in another dimension even?
We might see it as a celestial event. We might see it in our own heavens, but it appears to be the collision of two dimensions that are normally kept separate. I don't think that just any kind of celestial alignment out there in the world can open up a portal. There's something special that has to happen first. Planets and stars, they align and disalign throughout the year plenty of times. But there is a specific celestial event that's to occur, and this one is going to give them the ability to finally get out. Whether they need something technological like a particle accelerator, I'm not quite sure. I've never heard of anything except a magical gate.
What do you think about the Norway spiral? I'm sure you saw images online and things like that, right?
Say again?
What do you think about the Norway spiral, this weird kind of blue...
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
What's your take on that? Yeah.
Oh, I swear, until I saw the video, I thought that was completely photoshopped. That just seemed a little bit much. I have no clue what they were doing. I just saw that last night.
Yeah, okay, really, there you go. But the video is very interesting because to me it looks like a portal in that sense is opening up almost, like a black hole opening up inside the spiral. If you look at the video, it's very strange. And again, the take that this is a failed Russian missile is, I feel in one way, is a cover-up. They definitely did some kind of testing. Okay, again, we might just look at some kind of advanced weaponry or laser devices or what have you, but it's just on a symbolic level, it's very, very interesting what we saw there, definitely.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, basically what you're saying here as well, Michael, is that the beings here seems to be limited by restraint in regards to time as well, and that they have a certain amount of time where they are locked up, if you will, in the abyss, in the pit of hell, as it were. And but something in terms of alignment or celestial event will unlock this, and they will be basically free to roam around. Is that how you think it will happen, or again, do you think that the human beings have a role in this as well? That there are certain human beings who are actually trying to open this gate at that specific moment or at that time?
Human beings definitely have a part to play in their release, and furthermore, human beings have a part to play in regards to preparing the world and preparing the mind for their coming. We are definitely going to do something that's going to make them come through. It's not entirely a celestial event, but at the same time, they do have to wait for that event. The Illuminati is definitely I think they've definitely got to do something else after that celestial event has happened.